Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of PT Educators, Professors of Profit Vlogcast. This episode's a good one. We've got the one, the only Dr. Mike Chua in the house to talk a little bit about eBooks and how he's kind of parlayed that into another stream of revenue. So, Mike, if you wouldn't mind telling our audience a little bit about who you are, what your area of expertise is, and what you're kind of up to lately.
All right. Well, first of all, thank you very much for having me in your show. And I really, really appreciate you, F Scott, for doing everything for our profession and for not only changing people's lives, but actually changing their mindset and trying to be the best that they can be. So thank you very much for having me over. I have my hat on if you guys are watching on a vlogcast. And because I already took a shower and everything. So I don't have my beautiful hair right now. I do have my own makeup, so.
Always looking good, buddy. Always looking good.
There you go. Well, you were asking me what do I really do for our profession. So basically, I help dementia caregivers bring out the best in them by offering my books, my eBooks, live and online courses, so they can be the best that they can be. So I love your question. How do we monetize our eBooks and books? So that's what I do. It all started from that eBook that we've created. So.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about that. Like, why should professors or clinicians consider writing an ebook and getting involved with ebooks? What are some of the pros and cons to having an ebook?
Excellent. That is such a great question. The question is, why not? When you create an ebook or you create a book yourself, we have 5 published books, and 3 of them is about dementia. You do that book not just to be a actual academician or actually what you call this really a research type of guy. You do this as a business card for your clients. So if you are a clinician right now and trying to get some patients for your facility, for your outpatient clinic, for your home health, for your own practice, you have to have some sort of a business card. And this actual books that we have are actually business cards that we use. And it's also a way to generate leads from your patients online. So that's what we've been doing, trying to give out those books. So instead of giving out donuts to doctors or lunch out to doctors, I give out my books and they remember me. Yeah. They keep the books in their table. Yes, they may not read it, but they remember it. So that's the beauty of that.
Yeah, the first ebook that I ever wrote was basically a health and wellness guide for injury prevention for esports athletes. And I've actually taken it down. I'm going to put it back up again soon, but I'm inserting it into another funnel where I was just selling it as an ebook. But now I have basically a free PDF on, the top 5 common injuries that gamers can sustain. Then I have the ebook if they're interested in a little ebook that helps them self-treat those injuries. Then if they're interested in something further up the line, I have a 6-week training program for hand-eye coordination and grip strength and arm strength and postural training and stuff like that. And then if that doesn't work, they can always schedule a telehealth consult with me further up the line. So it's nice to see how you can incorporate an ebook at the bottom of the funnel and use it, to work its way up the ladder a little bit with upsells. Mike, what's one of the key expert secrets that you've learned, or one key technique you would tell to somebody who's just getting started in writing an ebook?
I love that question. What is the one key thing that we need to do? First thing that you need to do is actually take action. It doesn't have to be a big book. It doesn't have to be a really thick book where everything is in there.
Yeah.
10-page, 20-page ebook will work. So let me just show you an example. This is my bill, right? But I just want to show it to you. This is a whole white paper here, right? A regular white paper. You write down like 20 stuff here, 20 things, and 20 pages of this. Cut it in half. You cut it in half like this, and that's going to be 40 pages. My book is actually 80 pages. Original page is the full page is 40 pages. I cut it in half. make the font like 14.22, not 20, but you know,
Yeah.
12, 14 point, and you got an instant 80-page ebook. And it doesn't have to be an 80-page ebook. All you need to do is just, you know, start with 10, 20 pages and then go from there and grow from there. Another way to generate the content for your books is putting out tips. We have this, let me get it real quick. We have what you call 365 daily tips for dementia caregivers.
I love it.
So it's just basically small tidbits, small tips of, you know, of different tips. So tip 103, place a shower or bath chair that can be adjusted to different heights. Very simple, very, you know, very quick way to do it. It doesn't have to be 365. But look what I did. 365 daily tips for dementia caregivers. I have 365 content for the whole year. It's a book. It's an ebook. It's a content for my Facebook page for our business. And it's also a content for me when I'm doing my Facebook Live. And the beauty of it, when you have your ebook, like what F Scott is explaining, is that when you have that ebook, you make it as your actual physical book. And then after that, you make it as your course, which I do have, by the way, the Alzheimer's and Disease and Dementia Care Seminar.
Exactly.
And it becomes your certification course. And then it becomes an actual live course. And then boom, everything starts from that first ebook and first step that F Scott Feil is explaining. So you got to reach out to him. If you are watching right now, listening on his podcast and then blog, you got to reach out to him, ask him how we do this. So yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a great starting point for any funnel. Like you said, you just make it bigger and bigger and bigger, more involved until it morphs into other products and other revenue streams. So I love that tip, Mike. I can't thank you enough for that. Well, Mike, where can people reach out to you if they have further follow-up questions or they just want to chat about what you're doing these days? Where can they find you online?
Everybody, you can add me up in Facebook. You can Google me, Mike Chua, on on Facebook, or my actual website, drmikechua.com, and you got all the resources there talking about dementia. You know, they can download my book for dementia and stuff like that. So yeah, drmikechua.com, and I'm here at your service.
Yeah, Mike's been a pillar of knowledge for the dementia niche for quite some time now. So he's the one I refer to whenever I've got questions, whenever I have anybody who's asking for stuff. If you need dementia questions answered, Mike's the guy to go to. So check him out, folks. Definitely worth a good read. He's got plenty of books and references for you out there. So go get them. Go get them. We'll drop all that stuff in the show notes so people have links to all that. Mike, can't thank you enough for your time and for coming on the vlogcast, bud. Look forward to talking to you again soon.
All right. Thank you very much, F. Scott. I really appreciate you. Thank you again for having me on your show. But before you let me go, always remember the word FAST, F-A-S-T. First is find friends that will push you to your next level. You are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. Whether you're watching on a live show or on a replay on this show, podcast, find friends that will push you to your next level. You are hanging out with F. Scott right now. I'm hanging out with him. So I want to just be awesome like F. Scott. What's the next letter? Letter A. You got to learn how to take action. When you're writing that next course, obviously you got to do the first step, which is writing your ebook. Reach out to F. Scott, and that way you can learn how to get your first step. Because without doing that first step, guess what? There's no second step, right? Yeah. Next letter, letter S. You got to learn how to shoot for the moon. Why? Because when you miss it, you're going to be eventually with the stars with F. Scott Feil. Last but not the least, letter T. Teach it. Because when you hear it, you forget. When you see it, you remember. But when you're actually teaching it, just like what F. Scott is doing, he's teaching us how to be awesome. Guess what? You're going to understand it more. So thank you very much, F. Scott. I really, really appreciate you for having me in your show. Reach out to me, reach out to F. Scott, and thank you very much, brother.
Absolutely, bud. Have a great night.
You too.